There is a cost for temporary accommodation, and the service will work with each individual about how to meet this cost. If you're a New Zealand citizen or resident on a low income or benefit, you can contact Work and Income to see if you're eligible for support. If you're a visitor to New Zealand and need assistance to meet the cost of temporary accommodation, we recommend you contact your embassy or consulate for further assistance and advice. Finally, we know that things are really tough right now, and for people especially who are living with mental illness. If you don't live with mental illness, you may still feel really stressed or anxious by COVID-19, and this is completely normal. Reach out to your other supports over the phone or online, family, whānau, friends and workmates. We also recommend sticking to a routine, such as having regular meal times, bedtimes and exercising. But if you feel you're not coping, it's important to talk with health professionals.
Hi.
For support with grief, anxiety, distress or mental well-being, you can call or text 1737 free anytime, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to talk with a trained counsellor. Please don't hesitate. Thank you.
Now we're running 100 questions at you at once.
There's a lot of stock. Is there an issue with getting that out to the country? Is that why people are saying we don't have enough?
Yes, so there are two things about the distribution. First of all, the distribution is designed for when we're in normal circumstances, non-COVID circumstances. So there are distribution networks there. What we want to do is make sure that the distribution has got a national view to it, so that we haven't got stock sitting in one part of the country and another part short. So we're bringing that all into a national process. The second thing is, of course, we are now needing to get PPE out to health workers and frontline workers who wouldn't normally need it. For example, home and community support workers, pharmacies, and so on, aid to residential care. So we're getting in place the processes to make sure not only that they've got it, but they also know when and how to use it.
Because we have had time to prepare for this.
Yes, that has been happening already. It's just we want to make sure we've got a really clear national process across that, so that if, for example,
these reporters have nothing on the bloody American press. And plus they're asking reasonable questions. The fucking reporters in the White House ask the most stupidest questions, and they're all politically biased based.
A range of channels to provide advice on when and how to use PPE and when they don't need to use it. I think the key thing here is to help provide some certainty for our fantastic health professionals about what's the appropriate use of PPE. We know we've got it, it's available for them, but we also need to make sure it's being used where it's needed. And so that's what that guidance will be. I can't give the details of that, but it will be on our website.
A good position to be in though is that if you've got the front line of the COVID crisis, refusing to go to work because they don't feel like they've got the protections for themselves.
It wouldn't be. I think what I can provide is a reassurance that we have PPE available right for it across our system. We've perhaps ahead of other countries, we've had these stockpiles that have been there just for this sort of situation and for when it's needed. And what we're supplementing that with is advice about when and how to use it.
Tell us about those two cases who are in less than stable conditions in the ICU, as the agents, where they are and how long they've been ill for.
So the person who's in ICU who is in Nelson Hospital and has been in there for some days was originally not so bad, but has deteriorated over the last 24 hours. And the other person is in Wellington Regional Hospital, is still on the ward, but condition not quite so stable. I don't have information on their ages. The person in ICU down in Nelson is being ventilated at the moment. No, no one else.
What we don't want is for somebody to end up taking the surfboard out, getting into trouble, and then having to be rescued. And so that's what I'm saying about the South. Don't do activities that will require putting others at risk. Remember, treat yourself as if I have COVID-19. What do I do to limit absolute contact with other people? So when you stay local, great. If you live near, across the road from the beach, go for a walk. But don't put yourself in a position where others might need to come and help you and be exposed.
Go for a swim.
Ask yourself that question. Should I be somewhere where I might need help and someone will have to come in and rescue me if you had COVID-19?
Staying local though, how far should people be able to get you from their homes?
I think there's a level of judgment in here. People being sensible and practical. What we're observing is the fact that people are following the guidance. You're just staying within your local area so that you're with your bubble. You can be out with your bubble, but do it as close as you can to home and keeping that bubble as a complete bubble, not interacting with people.
Bike lane, because you might go a bit further afield, or jogging. There's a lot of people out running at the moment. How far can they go from?
I'll come to that. Cycling's great, and yes, you might want to go further and stay in your bubble. Don't go racing off the side of the track and injuring yourself while you're trying to keep 2 meters distance, because bikers tend to pass pretty quickly. But look, I think as Sarah says, it's a matter of judgment.
So you can cycle, but you can't.
That's the Director General of Health, Ashley Bloomfield, along with Civil Defence Director Sarah Stewart-Black, updating us on the COVID-19 crisis there and also advising on appropriate behaviours. Now, just to recap, Ashley Bloomfield has announced New Zealand now has 85 new cases of COVID-19 up in the past 24 hours. That takes the total number of confirmed and probable cases to 368. 37 have recovered, 8 remain in hospital around the country, and 1 is now in ICU. Let's go back to political editor Jessica Much-Mackay at Parliament. And Jess, as I just mentioned, 8 of those cases in hospital, most unstable, that 1 in intensive care though. Director General of Health, Ashley Bloomfield, talked about the pressure on the health system, approaching obviously as we approach the 8 to 10 days from transmission lag to manifestation of symptoms.
Yeah, and I think for a lot of us as people sitting at home looking at this, thinking, oh, we're staying at home, why isn't this changing? Why are we still seeing those numbers go up? And what the Director General of Health is wanting to say to us is, look, these numbers will keep going up. We saw another 85 go up today. They will keep climbing for about another week or another 10 days until we start to see their numbers plateau. So the message is just to keep going, stay at home, and that these measures will start to work. Now, we've talked about this a lot over the last few days, those pressures on our health system. And we heard there in some of the questions, the questions around PPE, that protection equipment that people on the front line are having to use. Now, of course, it's not just nurses and doctors that need that. That's obvious. It's also people like police, like ambulance staff who are now having to go out and keep each other safe and safe from the public, and also things like at supermarkets as well that have never needed this kind of equipment before. So the question that I put to the Director General there was like, look, you sound like we've got a lot of equipment there. Is it just not getting out to the right places? And he said, we're working on it. So that was the message around that. We got a lot of interesting things and interesting messages there. One of the things that I took away from Sarah Stewart-Black was hang in there. And I think a lot of people may be feeling, we've only done 24 hours of this. This is going to be a long, hard slog. So that was her message there. She also offered some clarity around walking. Never before have we needed to talk so much about walking etiquette, but this is our one time that we're allowed out of the house each day, and we want to make sure that we're doing it right for most of us. So they're saying, again, 2 meters away from each other, stay local. If you need to drive 5 minutes to the park, it's acceptable, but if you can, just walk from your house. The example that she gave there was maybe it's not the best walk for the dog, but it will be safer in the long run. So messages like that are getting across. Also, in regard to things like paddleboarding and going out on boats, yes, sure, you're isolated, but what happens if you get into trouble? Then you'll need people to come and help you. So they're saying just be sensible about things like that and don't put other people unnecessarily at risk. So a lot of interesting takeaways from that update today from both the Director General of Health and the Head of Civil Defence.
A few days ago for retired doctors and medical professionals to offer their their services if they were voluntary and willing, and they've had 2,500 retired medical professionals registered in responding to that call. That's got to be very encouraging.
Yeah, absolutely, and it probably goes a bit to the Kiwi can-do, I'll chip in attitude. So those are people who have either recently retired or, for example, have been on maternity leave and would be looking to come back shortly and have said, actually, I could come back now when you need me. So what they've said today is if you go and register your name and where you're available and what area, they'll be matching for those people coming through and match them up to services where they're needed. So that's now going to be available today on the Ministry of Health website, and they're encouraging anyone who's thinking about it to go and register there and they can get in touch. So I guess a bit of Kiwi spirit coming through, people offering these services and being called up to help in this time of need.
A couple of days ago too, Grant Robertson mentioned mortgage relief was coming. It seems we now have some more detail about that, for mortgage relief for people affected by COVID-19. Can you tell us a bit more about that?
Yeah, I can, absolutely. So the Bankers Association put out a release today saying, look, we're going to absolutely comply with this and go forward with it. So what we had heard earlier in the week is it is going to be for 6-month relief for people from their mortgages if they're affected by COVID-19. The government wanted to come out with the strong message that we don't want anyone to lose their house during this time. So the banks have said we're on board with this, and we are expecting some more details around that. But today we did get that update from the Bankers Association saying we're keen, we're willing, and to work with individual banks if you do need that help. So I'd imagine for people sitting at home who perhaps have been struggling with work and it's starting to hit for them in the pockets, that this will come as a bit of a relief, that at least they can wait until for another 6 months, so till September, when they'll have to start paying back those mortgages. So a little bit of relief for those people there.
A little bit of reassurance in the short term, and obviously we'll have more details as they become available at 1 News at 6, of course, comprehensively. Jessica Mackay, thank you very much for that, editor. All right, as always, if you have any questions, go to the government's dedicated COVID-19 website, covid19.govt.nz, covid19.govt.nz.